Epic Universe is Universal's new multi-billion-dollar theme park that is sure to make an immense impact on the theme park world. It will be located in the theme park capital of the world, Orlando, Florida, where it will have to compete with the likes of Walt Disney World and Islands of Adventure. Luckily, Epic looks like it will have the greatest lineup of opening day attractions that we've ever seen. Today, I will be ranking those attractions based on my anticipation. I thought it would be fun to come back to this video after I visit Epic and see what I got right and wrong. Without any further ado, here is my pre-ranking for all the rides that you won't want to miss at Universal's Epic Universe. At number 11, we have Constellation Carousel, located in Celestial Park. Located in the center of the park, Constellation Carousel will provide a space-themed adventure that everyone in the family can enjoy. This ride is a carousel, hence the name, and it will provide stunning views of Celestial Park. Now, because the ride system is located underneath the ride vehicles, there is a good opportunity for theming on the ceiling and for the ride vehicles to go higher than they usually do. This will definitely make it better than most carousels, but at the end of the day, it's still a carousel, and I don't think that this ride will be able to compete with anything else at Epic. At number 10, we have Dragon Racers Rally, located in How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. When Universal announced Dragon Racers Rally, I was just confused. Why would Universal put a flat ride with little to no theming at their brand new high-tech theme park? I still don't know the answer, but otherwise, this looks like a fun ride. What's unique about Dragon Racers is that you can make it as mild or as wild as you want by controlling how many times you spin upside down. I think this is a fun quirk that will make it very re-rideable. Another positive about this ride is the view you will get while riding it. I bet this will have the best views out of any ride at the park, and it will be a spectacle at night when the fireworks are going. But with all this being said, this ride still looks mediocre at best because of the minimal theming, and I just can't get behind this ride system at a Universal park. At number 9, we have Yoshi's Adventure, located in Super Nintendo World. Like Constellation Carousel, Yoshi's Adventure is a ride that the whole family can enjoy. It has a very similar ride system to successful Disney rides like the People Mover and the Haunted Mansion. Now, because this ride has already opened in multiple parks around the world, we know exactly what to expect from it. A classic Omni-Mover where you help Yoshi look for his lost eggs. This ride looks like it will have good theming in the indoor sections and great views of Super Mario World in the outdoor parts. The reason that I put Yoshi's over other rides with similar intensity like Constellation Carousel is that it just does more and has an actual story to go along with it. Of course, I don't expect this ride to be as good as something like the Haunted Mansion, but I think it will be a solid ride that is sure to boost park capacity. At number 8, we have Fire Drill, located in How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. Like Dragon's Racers, Fire Drill has an incredibly unique ride system that we haven't seen at a Universal park before. This ride combines Men in Black with the Pirates of the Caribbean to create a shooting water ride where you spray targets. All of these targets will move, both adding to the kinetic energy of Isle of Berk and making it fun to watch. The only con that I could find with this ride is that, like Dragon's Racers, it's a bit weird to see this type of ride at a Universal park, but I am optimistic that it will exceed my expectations. I also think that this ride reveals one glaring problem with Epic Universe as a whole. There is only one water ride to combat the excessive Florida heat. I really wanted a log flume or a story-driven boat ride in this park, but hopefully that problem is fixed by the rumored Creature of the Black Lagoon boat ride. At number 7, we have Hiccup's Wing Gliders, located in How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. On this Intamin family coaster, you will ride on a contraption built by Hiccup and fly throughout the Isle of Berk. Now, for some, this may seem a little low for another Intamin and Universal creation. I mean, Hagrid's and Velocicoaster are both top 5 coasters for me, but Hiccups is just not on the same level as those. Don't get me wrong, Hiccups will be a good family coaster with fun theming. I just think that the layout has more in common with Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood than anything else. And you know, that's not a bad thing. It's just that all of the coasters at this park look so innovative and interesting that I just can't put Hiccups above any of them. I also don't resonate with the How to Train Your Dragon property as much as something like Harry Potter or Universal Monsters, so that dampens my anticipation. I'm going into this ride with low expectations and I'm hoping that I get blown away, but for now, Hiccups Wing Gliders will be at number 7. At number 6, we have Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, located in Super Nintendo World, Donkey Kong Country. Minecart Madness was designed in-house by Universal, and on it, you will join Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong as they try to protect the golden banana from the Tiki Tac tribe. Ever since this coaster was announced, I have been fascinated with it. Minecart Madness will be a boom coaster, which is patented technology that simulates the riders jumping on and off the track. Now, layout-wise, I have no idea what this coaster will do or how the elements will feel, and that is exactly why I'm so excited for it. It's like that feeling you get when riding your first wing coaster or first inverted coaster. But I also fear that the forces on this ride will be very minimal due to this being a prototype. Luckily, I am willing to put up with those minimal forces for the unique ride system and Universal's immaculate theming. Both on and off ride, Minecart Madness will be a thrill in the Donkey Kong section of the park, and I would not be surprised if this becomes the best ride in Super Mario World. At number 5, we have Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, located in Super Nintendo World. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge is a unique dark ride that blends physical sets and augmented reality to make it seem like you're racing other Mario characters. Now, reviews from other locations around the world, including Japan and Hollywood, have been very positive. This definitely boosts its status above other rides that have yet to prove themselves, like Minecart Madness. The theme of this ride is also perfect. Mario Kart was such an integral part of my childhood, and I can't wait to race around some of my favorite tracks in real life. I'm really hoping we get a Twisted Mansion section or even Mario Kart Stadium. The one aspect of this ride that has me worried is the augmented reality part. Lately, parks have been trying to implement augmented reality into their rides, and it just hasn't been working. Nevertheless, I trust Universal to deliver an immaculate dark ride that is faithful to the incredible video game. At number 4, we have Curse of the Werewolf, located in Dark Universe. Curse of the Werewolf is a Mock Rides family spinning coaster that follows riders as they try to escape the iconic Wolfman. This ride will be a multi-launch coaster that goes forwards and backwards with incredible forest theming. Hold up, you know another ride that fits that description? That's right, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure at Islands of Adventure. Now, I'm not saying that Curse of the Werewolf will be better than Hagrid's, but it will certainly compete with it, and unlike Hagrid's, Curse of the Werewolf will be integrated into the surrounding area, with it flying over pathways and interacting with guests. The only downside to this ride that I can see is the capacity with that swing launch slowing things down, but with Universal's top-notch operations, I don't see this being a major issue. My most anticipated part of this ride is definitely the creepy shed that houses the swing launch. I bet there will be some great theming in there and maybe a Wolfman animatronic. I also expect Curse of the Werewolf to be a must-ride at night. Overall, Curse of the Werewolf looks to be an incredible coaster that I think will claim the title of Best Family Coaster in Epic Universe. At number 3, we have Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, located in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. Battle at the Ministry will be the only ride in the new Wizarding World land, and it looks to continue Universal's legacy of making groundbreaking Harry Potter rides. This is one of 2 rides at the park that I am trying my absolute hardest to avoid spoilers for, and I encourage all of you watching who haven't been to Epic to do the same. Because of this, I have no idea what the ride system could be. The only image I've seen is this one here that Universal released last year. I think the most likely option is a trackless dark ride, and if they do go in that direction, then I feel this could be one of the best dark rides in the world. One thing we know for sure about this ride is the story, and oh my goodness, Universal went all out with it. The premise is that you are visiting the Ministry of Magic to witness the trial of Dolores Umbridge, who is one of the most notorious Harry Potter villains. Everything seems to be going great until the Death Eaters storm the courtroom and Umbridge escapes into the Ministry. Now it's up to you, Harry Potter, and the rest of the cast to track down Umbridge before she can cause harm. This plot looks like it could be the plot for a movie, and the attention to detail is insane, with the ride vehicles looking like a courtroom jury. Another thing that this ride will no doubt have is immaculate theming. Universal always does a great job with Harry Potter theming, and it looks like it will be the same case here. We also got a sneak peek at the animatronics for this ride, and they look like some of the most realistic figures we've ever seen. This ride may have some screens, but I only see those being an aid to the physical theming and not the center of the attraction. Now, I was going to talk about the Battle at the Ministry's virtual queue, but as I was editing, Universal removed it in favor of a regular line. I've seen its line get up to 4 hours long on busy preview days, which means that Universal was able to replicate their Harry Potter success for a 3rd time in Orlando. Of course, the ride has not been without its unreliability, especially with the installment of a normal queue, which will put more stress on it. Call me crazy, but I think the rumored unreliability works to this ride's benefit. It means that the Battle at the Ministry will be complex and involve a lot of moving pieces, which is an indicator of a groundbreaking attraction. I think that Battle at the Ministry is meant to compete with Disney's new trackless dark rides, and if it's anything like Rise of the Resistance, then we're in for something really special. At number 2, we have Stardust Racers, located in Celestial Park. Stardust Racers is the standout roller coaster of Epic Universe. It's the only extreme coaster in the park, and it looks like a great one. We know that this coaster is being built by Mach Rides, and I'm excited to see Mach spin on a dueling coaster. One of the big pros of this ride is the layout. Mach loves doing weird elements with their coasters, and Stardust Racers looks to have no shortage of those, but with a dueling twist. The gravy on the mashed potatoes here is the plentiful amount of airtime hills. I've heard that the airtime is the standout of the ride, which is why it is my most anticipated aspect of Stardust Racers. What sets this coaster apart from rides like Velocicoaster is that there is relatively little theming apart from the first launch sequence. This doesn't bother me at all. I think that theming can only add to a ride experience and not deduct from it. Now, I've ridden enough Mach coasters to know that these restraints are not that good. They won't take away from the ride experience, but they will tighten just enough to bother me. The good thing is that's the only con I can find with this ride. I think Stardust Racers will be a worthy addition to Universal Orlando's amazing coaster collection. If you want to see where I rank Stardust Racers among other standout 2025 coasters, then make sure to check out my last video, Top 5 Coasters for 2025, linked in the description. At number 1, we have Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment, located in Dark Universe. Monsters Unchained looks like one of those special rides that perfectly encapsulates the magic of theme parks. We saw it with Tower of Terror, we saw it with Hagrid's, now we're seeing it at Epic Universe with Monsters Unchained. The story follows Victoria Frankenstein, who is a descendant of the notorious Victor Frankenstein. We don't know if Victoria is good or bad, but we do know 2 things. First, she wants to put some respect on the tarnished Frankenstein name, and second, she has trapped every single Universal monster inside her mansion. Now, was it a good idea to trap some of the world's most dangerous creatures in your basement and start experimenting on them? Turns out not, as Dracula manages to escape and free the other monsters. Now you and Victoria are trapped in the catacombs with creatures like the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, the Phantom of the Opera, Frankenstein's monster, the creature of the Black Lagoon, the Mummy, and of course, Dracula. This story looks incredible, and like the battle at the Ministry, it looks like it could be a solid movie on its own. Another huge pro is the ride system. This ride will have the same Kuka arm technology as Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey at Islands of Adventure. The difference here is that Monsters Unchained will rely on practical effects more so than Forbidden Journey. This, of course, means that the theming will have to be top-notch, and luckily, from what we've seen so far, the theming looks revolutionary. The animated figures specifically look incredible. Universal is able to bring justice to these iconic monsters by making them feel powerful and scary. They even said in their promotional video that they needed to invent new technology just for this ride, which blows my mind. Now, based on the wait time trends, Monsters Unchained has not been nearly as problematic as I thought it would be. The capacity also looks efficient with maximum 45-minute waits, which looks great compared to the Battle at the Ministry's consistent 3-hour lines. Some people believe that high expectations can only result in disappointment, but Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment has the theme, the technology, and the right people behind it to create an experience that can rival the best rides out there. In conclusion, Universal's Epic Universe looks like the event of 2025. I've been following its construction since 2019, and it's so special to see Epic finally come to life. Every single land in this park looks like a winner, and I'm excited to see what Universal adds in the coming years. Before I go, I want to take these last few seconds to talk about the elephant in the room, Walt Disney World. Now, will the Zootopia show and Test Track Part 3 be able to compete with Epic Universe? I don't think so, and that's all I have to say about that. If you've been to Epic already, let me know your ranking of the rides in the comments below, and if you haven't, let me know which ones you're most excited for. I'll be visiting Epic in July, but until then, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video.